Greetings, tribe of the love. I'd like to reflect on prayer for a moment. Prayer is some sort of generally thought of as a connection with an external God that you're asking something for. I know in my early years, and I'm sure it's very similar to most, is that we were taught that God is out there somewhere observing us, and we can ask God for things. And it's an arbitrary decision on God's part whether he grants them or not. I may want to go to the carnival on Saturday night as a kid, so I'm praying my parents let me. And of course, it's God that changes my parents' minds or not, or different things like that. You know, I may have a serious illness and pray to this external God that somehow I get healed. And arbitrarily, God says yes or no. Well, I would like to suggest that that's not the way it really is. In my experience and understanding, what I've learned is that God is everywhere. It's within us. It's all that is within the mind of God. That's a heavy concept to grasp. But what that implies and means is that you are in the mind of God this very moment. God is experiencing and having its being through you and in you. It's like you are an expression of God, his, herself. Of course, there's no gender with God, but there is. So you are one with God, you are an aspect of God, and the wholeness of God. And so in prayer, rather than ask an arbitrary God that might yes or might no give you this or that, there is a type of prayer that always works. And it's 100% effective in all cases. And it's called an affirmative prayer in Science of Mind with Ernest Holmes. They call it a treatment. And there's different names for it. But this type of prayer is effectual because really God has already granted yes to all prayer that is in alignment with the universe. Like if I pray right now and say, I'm upset with the entire globe and I want it blown up this moment. You know, I could jump up and down and pray all I want. That's not going to happen. It's out of alignment with what is. Or I could pray something like, I want to be in a relationship with this particular woman. But the truth is that's not her life journey or dharma. And so it's going to be no. It's not God saying no. It's just it is what is in the grand scheme of things. The higher self of ourself doesn't want that either. It's not in alignment. But those are exceptions to the rule. As we pray for the highest good of our being and the globe itself and all that is, that hasn't manifested in real form yet, those things are a yes. They're a 100% yes. And so this is how it looks, is that, say, for instance, this field here, we could say that's my days to come and what I want to experience in that. Right now, it's just a field of potentials. There aren't trees growing on it at the moment or whatever I may want, you know, different things. But the potential is there. And so we are granted all upon this earth in this experience that is in a beautiful alignment in potential form. So there is an aspect of our beingness that co-creates with this. A beautiful example is right now I would love to write a song. I'd love to write a song about this beauty that I'm seeing, these cliffs, these cloud pillars, these beautiful hallways in this valley that's my courtyard. I to write a song about that. Well, I just did already. So, but anyway, there in that sense, the songwriting in a potential form, it's already there. I just have to manifest it now. And it's the same thing with prayer. It always follows the perfection of the laws. They're within the laws. There's generally a to-do on our part with the prayer of what must I become or something like that. But the answer is yes. Yes, it is yours. An example may be, let's just say, for instance, that thing about relationship. Say there, one woman may not be available, but I could still have the affirmative prayer that bring the perfect partner to me, that the one that's in alignment with my energy and that will serve the highest potentials of both, etc. That would be answered, if I so chose to do an affirmative prayer like that. So don't limit God, that's for sure. And in the next tribe of the love, I'll deal with exactly how to do an affirmative prayer that always works and guaranteed. You will have what your heart truly desires through this affirmative prayer. I like to collect hearts, stone hearts, when I'm walking through the trails here and on the shorelines and hiking on the cliffs and whatnot. And once in a while, I'm granted with one. Like today, I just found this one here. And this was on the trail. And it's quite a beautiful heart. And a lot of times I find them on shorelines where they're weather beaten, and so they're a lot smoother. Now, I'm getting quite the collection of them. I put them in with my crystals in a kind of a Japanese garden thing I have at my house. One day, in all likelihood, will do the opposite. I will have pocketfuls of hearts, and I will gladly send them back along the trails. I'll put them down and put them on shorelines and whatnot as a celebration that there is a time of gathering. There's also a time of release and letting go, knowing that each aspect of our experiences are like ocean waves here, or lake waves, whatever, coming in. They're experiences, and that they're not to be held onto very tightly. What is permanent and what is our experience throughout all is simply being, the beingness of love. And that's what God in the absolute is this beingness of love. And that's our true essence also. So, as Wayne Dyer would say, rule number 6, don't take things too seriously. I concur with him. Is that because they're all just ocean waves or waves that are popping up on the water and going right back down. So even these things that seem to be required in prayer, remember it's the beingness of whatever is in this moment that is most important and essential. And with that, I'm going to continue my walk now and be. Namaste. Know you're loved.